The constant background noise of modern life, traffic, machinery, the hum of the city, isn't just annoying. Your body reads chronic noise as a persistent threat, keeping your stress system switched on, flooding you with stress chemicals, and blocking the repair you need to heal. You may have tuned the noise out consciously, but your nervous system never did. Let me explain. I'm Dr. Padda. We continue our Exposome subseries with an exposure most people never consider a health issue at all: environmental noise. Earlier in this masterclass, we discussed chronic sympathetic dominance, being stuck in fight or flight. Chronic noise is one of the most pervasive and most overlooked drivers of exactly that state. Here's the concept. Your body has a deep, ancient response to sudden or persistent noise. It interprets it as a potential threat, a signal of possible danger in the environment. In the modern world, we're surrounded by constant noise: traffic, construction, machinery, the general hum of urban life. Consciously, you may have learned to ignore it, but your nervous system processes it differently. At a physiological level, chronic environmental noise acts as a persistent biological stressor. Your body keeps responding to it as a threat signal, even when your conscious mind has tuned it out. The alarm keeps going off below the level of your awareness. Now, the mechanism. Because the body reads chronic noise as a threat, it keeps the sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight system, in a high alert state. And sustained sympathetic activation elevates your circulating catecholamines, the stress chemicals like adrenaline that mobilize you for danger. Remember our episode on sympathetic dominance? When the fight or flight system is chronically switched on, it suppresses the parasympathetic rest and repair side. So chronic noise through this pathway keeps you locked out of the repair state. The body, perpetually braced against the noise it perceives as threat, can't shift into the maintenance and healing mode it needs. So follow it to its conclusion, which echoes our sympathetic dominance episode. With the parasympathetic rest and repair system suppressed, tissue repair is impaired, your body can't get on with the maintenance and healing it needs, and the heightened sympathetic stress chemical state directly amplifies your perception of pain signals, keeping your nervous system turned up and on edge. So chronic noise hits you the same two ways sympathetic dominance does. It prevents tissue repair and it amplifies pain. The difference is that here, the driver is an external environmental exposure, one that's running 24 hours a day in many modern living and working environments, often completely unrecognized as a health factor. The evidence is well established and increasingly taken seriously. Research, including extensive work by Dr. Thomas Munsell and others, has documented that chronic environmental noise, particularly traffic noise, acts as a physiological stressor, elevating stress hormones, activating the sympathetic nervous system, and contributing to cardiovascular and metabolic harm even during sleep. Major health bodies now recognize noise as a genuine environmental health hazard. The connection to sympathetic dominance and its effects on pain and repair we built earlier in this series. This is real and it's underappreciated. So if you live or work in a noisy environment and you've assured yourself you've gotten used to it, here's an important distinction. Consciously adapting to noise is not the same as your nervous system no longer responding to it. Your body can keep mounting a stress response to noise long after your conscious mind has stopped noticing. So an exposure you've dismissed as irrelevant may be quietly keeping you in the stress state that blocks your healing. That's not a failure of toughness, it's just how the nervous system works, and recognizing it lets you finally address it. So here's what we do. We take a complete view of what's keeping you in chronic fight or flight, and that includes environmental stressors like noise that conventional care never asks about. We help you identify and reduce your noise exposure where possible, especially protecting your sleep environment through practical strategies. And we work to strengthen your parasympathetic rest and repair capacity directly. The vagal tone work and autonomic balancing approaches from earlier in the series. So your nervous system can shift out of high alert and back into healing. And so the exposures you can't fully eliminate have less power over you. As you spend more time in rest and repair, tissue healing resumes and the pain amplification settles. Your body can't heal while it's bracing against constant threat, even a threat as ordinary as noise. If you felt unable to truly rest and repair, this overlooked exposure may be part of why. Go to painmd.tv and take the first step. I'm Dr. Padda. Let's quiet the alarm and let your body heal.